Well, crime is an important issue here in Strathcona. We've seen in some of our areas, such as White Avenue, the highest levels of vandalism, break-in entry, and assault in the city. Edmontonians are concerned. We've had 19 homicides at this point, compared to 4 last year. We're the only party that's committed to getting tough on violent criminals. You know, in Ottawa, we've passed legislation including eliminating the 2-for-1 sentencing credit. We've increased the age of consent, and we've gotten tough on those that take advantage of elders with false advertising and other scams. What we haven't been able to do yet, and we've tried, is to pass sentencing, eliminating automatic parole for murderers, for getting tough on human smugglers. We need more seats, we need more votes. The opposition parties campaign tough on crime, but when they get to Ottawa, they stall and they delay. That's why a Conservative majority government will bundle some of these legislation together and get them passed within the first 100 days of our mandate.
No, and looking at the United States as a model, being tough on crime does not work. Looking at the public health models and the harm reduction models in Western Europe, you can see how a progressive model of rehabilitation rather than retribution is far more effective in reducing crime than compared to the United States system, which has resulted in runaway budgets in terms of prison capacities and resulted in people becoming institutionalized. A harm reduction model, like originally instanced under the InSight lethal injection site and the Youth Criminal Justice Act, has reduced crime and is working towards the long-term goal of reducing crime as a disease. If you ask anyone, any medical professional, they'll say that the greatest cure for any disease of anything is prevention. It's not treatment, it's prevention. And the whole goal here is a holistic approach. It's about improving social services, and it is about looking into a harm reduction strategy which is not built on the belief of fear or self-gratification, which has been skewed in terms of statistics and in terms of popular media.
I and the New Democrats think that the Harper government is on the wrong track on bringing down crime and making sure that we rehabilitate criminals and we actually prevent more victims of crime. What we've learned is, in our outreach to the United States, that even Newt Gingrich, who's a well-known hardline Republican, tough on crime, what he has done is he's joined a lot of U.S. Republicans in calling for a smarter on crime agenda, where they found that tough on crime, longer sentences is resulting in more crime. So what they're doing is investing in more rehabilitation, more drug rehabilitation programs, and better care for the mentally ill. What we're discovering through Howard Sapers, the federal corrections investigator, is that more and more of the inhabitants of our prisons are there because they're suffering from mental health. So what we're saying is we need a balanced approach. Yes, let's be hard on serious violent crimes, include carjacking, including violence against children, including multiple murders. But most of the people who are jailed get out of prison eventually. So we need to be putting the effort into rehabilitating them, getting them back into the community. That includes drug rehabilitation. That includes also preventing youth from getting into crime through programs to keep them out of youth crime and gangs. So we want more of a balanced approach. The American system hasn't worked. The big prisons, the tough on crime, the longer sentences. Let's learn from their mistakes. Let's have a smart on crime approach.
The tough on crime approach is conservative innuendo. It's intended to make Canadians feel unsafe and to make them feel that the only way that they can become safe is to vote for the Conservative government. We're in a time of declining violent crime rates, and we need to be focusing on the existing crime and the underlying causes of crime, which include lack of education, unemployment, and poverty. We shouldn't be focusing on multi-billion-dollar prisons that are just going to make that are extremely expensive, and will once prisoners go into the prison system, it'll be difficult for them to ever become a functioning member of society again.